Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne. In this video, we're going to be talking about case-sensitive variables in Python. Now, I thought this topic was so important, I decided to put it in its own video rather than include it in the variables video. So this is more of an aside, an extension of the variables video, but I wanted to show you how important this is because otherwise your values will be different. And as you'll see at the end of this video, you'll see what confusion you may get into if you don't abide by these rules. So what we have here is our case one of uppercase and lowercase variable names. We have my variable with then the capital V is equal to 10. My variable then with the capital, so basically all lowercase is equal to 20. And then we've got title case. So we've got uppercase M and uppercase V with no space in the middle is then 30. If we then print this out, and I've done it just to save time, you see here that my variable is equal to 10, 20, and 30. You see that they all have different values. So Python is viewing them as completely different variables. Remember, we have declaration of a variable, and then we have also the identifier. Now, the identifier is, in this case, the exact characters that come in that order. So it isn't just my variable, they are actually the upper and lower case variants of that one letter, all right, in the alphabet. Now, in other programming languages, it wouldn't matter whether you did it uppercase or lowercase. It's basically saying, hey, I don't care whether it's the uppercase or lowercase version, I'll just let it be, all right? But that's not the case in Python. So let's just make sure we understand that. Okay, so missing case in a single variable name. So mixed case variable is then 42, and as you can see here, it's got a mixed case everywhere, which is all perfectly fine. Now, this is not the standard of how you should do it, but you can create a variable like this. Okay, I'm going to create another video about this stuff because there are different like kind of best practices and standards that the Python community has said, but we can do that in another video. But for the time being, we're just going to say that these are valid variables. So case 2, we see once again that it outputs 42. All right, no problems there. So variable name starts with an underscore. All variables can start with an underscore or a letter, be it uppercase or lowercase, but they cannot start with a digit or a symbol. It's only underscore or the letters in the alphabet. All right. So as we can see here, outputs myVar50 and then myVar50. We can see that the different characters are, the characters in the name are different, even though it spells the same word, let's call it, or sentence. But so as you can see here, it starts with a capital M, a lowercase m, and the rest is the same, but because they're not distinct, then then they output different values. We haven't been over classes or functions or anything like that yet, but in the effect, as you can see here, it still works with other parts of code as well. One outputs hello and the other one outputs bonjour, meaning the same thing, but obviously in a different language. And that's the purpose of this, is that yes, they do say the same thing, but for us, when we hear it and when we see it, they are a different language. And this is the best metaphor that you can understand, is that my variable, this is like speaking English, and this is like speaking Spanish, and then this is like speaking French. They all are, if they were all number 10, or their names are all the same, but they're spoken in a different way. All right. So this is the way you've got to think about it, is that if you start writing in English, then you have to continue using the same language for all of your variables. All right. It's just a funny metaphor, but anyway. So now we come down to the bottom and we start moving into classes. Don't worry about it. But as you can see here, that my underscore dog and my underscore dog 2, they both have different types here, because one is lowercase, or one is all lowercase, and one here has a capital D. So as far as they're concerned, they have the same, they look the same, but because of that one difference, everything is different. All right. And then the output Buddy and Charlie. So this is the importance here, is from the beginning, make sure that you have some form of IDE that tells you, tells you this type of stuff, or warns you these types of things as well. All right. Now, obviously, Visual Studio Code is not doing that. It's just allowing you. But I'm guessing there is a configuration file that you can add to Visual Studio Code or other IDEs to force you to not have the same type of variables. Okay, if you do know that, please tell me. As in, don't give me a link. Please actually tell me how to do it, because I'm interested for future reference. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you've got something out of it. It's just, this is super important thing because it is case sensitive, all right? And it's going to give you so many problems if you ignore this fact. Okay, with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've learned something. Please feel free to give me a like, a subscribe, tap on the bell button, because I will be releasing more videos like this in the future. Otherwise, if you do have any questions, or there anything that you liked about this one video, or there's other topics you think maybe other people might talk about, or even your experiences of how you found learning this language and how you think it compares to other programming languages. You know, I'm always interested to hear about your thoughts as a developer or as a beginner doing this, and what other languages did you learn before, and why are you learning Python today? You know, because this gives me other ideas about making other content. And I also like talking to developers online as well, because we have the same way of thinking. With that said, thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.